What's going on, folks? Welcome back to the SteveXM show. We're live. We're doing some cool stuff in Blender. I've fallen in love with this program, as many of you have known. I've been doing a lot of stuff with it recently. As you can see, this is the default scene here. It's beautiful. This is what it looks like when you open the program. My phone going off let me know that I just went live. But yeah, we're going to make some stuff tonight in Blender. We're going to be making the OBS logo from scratch. I should be able to do it in about 10 minutes. So that's how we're going to start the show. Then we're going to do some more stuff in Blender. Oh boy, I just did something really bad. No. Ooh, we gotta get rid of that command. Sorry, I just had a voice command go AWOL. That was my pre-live checklist that I used to do back when I was running VR stuff. Okay, we don't have a VR headset right now. We won't get into that today though. Okay, anyways. So, this is the most recent thing that I'm super proud of that I've done in Blender. Check this out. For those that are fans of Breath of the Wild, check this out. Here we go. So this is completely from scratch. I didn't want to talk over the sound effect. So yeah, this is my Sheikah Slate chat window, 100% custom. It even uses my own custom chat relay system. One day I'll do a video on that, maybe. But yeah, it's pretty cool. We can get rid of it too, so we don't have to look at it the whole time. I just like it to show off. I'm gonna be doing some videos on how that stuff works soon, some tutorials on how to make basic chat windows and stuff like that. But today we're not doing that. Today we're making a logo for OBS that's going to be used in an upcoming tutorial thumbnail and other things. So let's get started. All right, first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna save this. You want to save first thing, so we're going to save it in my OBS logo folder, and we're just going to overwrite that one. That's an old one I had. We don't want that. Okay, we should be good here. All right, so we're going to import images planes. This is going to be our reference image for the logo. Or rather, this is the logo. So let's take a look at this sucker. All right, here's your OBS logo. So I didn't even mention what OBS is. OBS is actually the program that I'm using right now. Excuse me, to broadcast. Open broadcast software, I think it's called. It's free. So is Blender, the program I'm using to make the logo. Cheers, by the way, to those that are drinking coffee at 10 p.m. out there as well. Okay. So yeah, open broadcast software. This is going to be a sweet looking logo when we're done here. So first things first, we're going to scale this sucker up by 10. So my keys that I'm hitting, guys, for those that want to play along, you could literally just one-to-one copy me if you wanted by just following on the bottom left of the screen here. These is a screencast keys add-on there for OBS. All right, so we're going to scale this times 10. We hit S and then hit 10, enter, scale it by 10. Then we are going to add a circle because we're going to start with the outline of this. So we want to increase the number of vertices. It starts out with 32. As we scale this, you'll see the edges of the circle. It'll kind of look like it's not really a circle, it's just a bunch of edges. So we're going to go up to 360. It might be overboard, but we're doing it anyways. All right, so then I'm going to scale it up, try to get it in line here. And we can just hide that for a second to show the next step. Now we got a circle here. Hit tab to go into edit mode, and you can see it did the 360 vertices. That's important because it makes it a little bit more smooth. Probably not necessary completely, but... And then we're going to hit F to create a face out of all those. So now if we go into face select mode, it's hard to see because... Here, I'll move it real quick. It should show us the face. Yeah, I can select the face now. There's one face here. I think. Is it not selecting it? Oh, I already had it selected. Okay. There we go. So let's undo that. Let's get it back to the origin. We want everything in the origin. It's hitting Control Z. Why is it not going back? There it goes. Alright, so let's get our reference image back up. And we're going to inset the circle. We're going to inset the face, rather. This is just the best way to come up with the shape, really. This is the way to do it here. Okay, so let's say screw you to the reference image for now. I think what I'm going to do next is I might want to use a solidify modifier. I'm not sure if that's the way to do it, but that's all right. We're just going to extrude all these in the Z. This is going to give our OBS logo a bit of shape, a bit of thickness to it. So you just hit A to select everything, then extrude. And that should be good there. Then we're going to grab this middle face here, and we're going to extrude it inward. You know what? I wonder if I want to do that to both sides at the same time. Probably. So I can scale these in the Z maybe. That might work. Let's try that. Let's go to wireframe mode. We'll be able to see the bottom one a little bit easier. Scale Z. That is not what I wanted. We want to extrude Z. Alright, so we just got to do both. I could have just mirrored this. That would have been the way to do it. You mirrored about one axis. Alright, let's hit Control Z. And there we go. Okay. So we're going to inset the top face first. Or extrude it rather. Just go down a little bit. Whoa. Extrude down. We don't want to go too far down. A little inset there. And we can actually see how much we did that. So we did it by negative 0.177 meters. Let's just go up to negative 1.8. Negative 0.18. 0.18. This way we can do the same on the bottom. So we'll go extrude Z up, 0.18 up. And now they should be exactly even. That's one way to do it. Thousands of ways to do things in Blenders. Okay, so now we're going to bevel these edges so this looks more like a real object here. We're going to go to Edge Select Mode. You're going to hold Alt, and you're going to select one of these edges here. It selects all the edges around it. Beautiful. We'll do the same with the bottom because we want to apply this effect to both. So we're going to hold Shift and Alt. Shift allows you to select a second entity. And then we're going to hit Control B to bevel. Now I might have to mess with the scale of this. So you can see it's applying the bevel, but we want to add more segments. Keep mouse wheeling up. And we'll get a nice beveled edge. I kind of like to make it almost like that. Almost like it's full-on circle. Alright, we can right-click and hit Shade Smooth. And we're already working. Here. Let's get some detail in here so we can kind of see what shape's going to look like more. So we're going to go into Shading. Let's go over to Shading. Actually, I'm trying to really learn how to use this better. So really, if you just use this split here, you can do a lot of work. So Shift F3 down here brings up your shading editor, which you can also access from behind my head here. Crap. On the bottom right. There we go. I'll move myself. Yeah, you can access it from down here as well, but we won't worry about that now. Okay, so we're going to make a new material for this. And right now, we're going to call this metal. I don't know if we're actually going to use it or not. So we'll come make this bigger. We're going to rendered mode up here. This shows your materials. Uses up a bit more CPU. And as you can see, there's no lighting here right now. So it's not really showing much. That's all right. We'll add the lighting now, actually. So we'll come back to our metal. Let's switch over to world shading. So now we're not shading individual objects. We're actually shading the entire world itself. And we're going to add in an environment texture. So Shift S is how you can search for anything in Blender. You can start typing and look for environment texture. And you can go to HDRI Haven. You can get your free HDRIs. And you can just use it. It's going to give you all the perfect lighting. It'll make your stuff look beautiful. Highly recommended. So that's in my assets here, HDRI. There's these two I use. I like this indoor one. I'll show it off real quick here. We just got to connect it here. It's actually nice to put it into the background one because you can control the strength. So yeah, it's pretty much like a 360 image. I love HDRIs. They're so cool. I'm going to make my own one day. But it uses all the lighting from this room. You can kind of see... Where's the lights at? Yeah, there's some lights coming from over there. Really cool. But we're going to go into... We don't actually want to see it. So we're going to go over here. And we're going to go to Film and turn it transparent. This will help us when we render. We can actually just render this real quick. See what... Actually, we don't have a camera. Let's add the camera. Shift A. Camera. We're going to go... Hide this so I can see my camera. Why does that camera look like that? Oh, this is why. Okay, so we're gonna hit Alt G, Alt R, clears the rotation and clears the position. But we want to rotate this a specific way, so let's hit rotate X 90 maybe? I think that's what we want. And then we can grab it in the Y. I like to do -10 usually. So our object's going to be somewhere over here, and our camera's going to be looking at it. This is just kind of, I do this pretty much every time I'm doing like a logo or something. Let's see if we did it right. We didn't really do it right, but okay. Just rotate this about the X. Actually, do I want to do that? I can grab both of these. I'll grab my reference image and the circle at the same time. And we'll rotate both about the X 90. And then we'll go to our camera view. So once a camera's in a scene, you can hit circle on your numpad and snap to it. Now another neat trick is you hit N, bring up this window, go to view, lock camera to view. This will let you be able to control the camera now. So we want our logo in view. Turn it back off once you see something you like. Close it again with N. And here you go. Now we can move this around. It's locked. And we can snap back to our camera whenever we want. Now the shading's starting to look better. Let's go back to object now. And let's make this metallic material here. What's going on with this? What is this? Alright, we gotta click our circle. Alright, so now we're in our metal material, as you can see up top here. We're gonna give it a little metal color, which is gonna be something like a silver. And we're gonna turn metallic up in the properties here. Turn the roughness down a bit. I don't even know if this is gonna be metal in the end. Let's look at our reference image. Oh yeah, it's probably gonna be the same, okay. So we can just make our metal material now. I got a new way that I've learned to make metal material. I will show that off here quickly. So how we're going to do that, we're going to add a bump node. Shift A, search, bump. We're going to add a noise texture. We're going to plug the color into the height, I think. Let's plug the normal into the normal of our... Yes, this is what we want. You can already see we can come up with some really cool effects here just by messing with this stuff here. It's all affected by the lighting perfectly. But what we're going to do is we're going to hit Control T with our add-on. I don't know what the name of that add-on is. It's a highly recommended Blender add-on. What the hell is the name of that? Edit Preferences. Add-ons, Node Wrangler. So it's built into Blender by default, but it's not activated. So just search Node. You go to Edit, Preferences, Add-ons, search Node. You'll see Node Wrangler. Enable it. You can hit Control T on different nodes. I don't know specifically which ones it works on, but pretty much it lets you control what this is doing a bit more fine-tuned. And the mode that I like to use is Object Mode. This seems to work the best for me. And what we can do here is we can scale this now. So pretty much that's a noise texture. It's just going to be a black and white texture. We can actually probably plug the color into the color here just to demonstrate what it looks like. See if that works. Yeah, so that's kind of what it looks like in color anyways. Let's plug the factor into there. Actually, let's unplug this. Plug the factor into the color. Let's see if we can demonstrate what that noise texture is kind of doing. So you can see that it's kind of like static on a screen. So you can really, it's useful for a lot of like subtle effects in that, making things look a little bit more dirty or realistic or something. But we don't want that. We want to plug the color into the height, get rid of this, and plug the normal back into there. We might even want to mess around with the color ramp with this as well. Alright, let's put the scale back to default. I think it's 5. And we want to scale this sucker in one dimension and one dimension only. This will give it, I'm kind of giving it like a grainy line metallic look. Grind lines. So you can see the effect there. zoom in on an edge that you want. And I'll kind of get it at an angle here. Not you, Simon. And yeah, this is pretty cool. So obviously the strength is too much. We can turn the detail up. We can turn the distortion up. And we can turn the strength of this down a bit. You know, you can have as much of the shadow reflections and stuff as you want, depending on that strength there. So that's fine. Oh crap, we're not on our top view anymore. I don't like that. Yeah, I screwed the camera up when I did this, so it's going to throw me off. That's alright. And you know what? We're not actually going to see this center circle stuff anyway, so this should be good. Let's go back into this. Oh, did I not bevel that one edge? Alright, we can bevel it now. So let's hit Alt. Let's go into hit 2 to go into line edit mode. Then hit Alt on that line. Control B to bevel. Bevel that sucker. This one maybe we can come down a little bit. We don't need to go too crazy here. And it looks like it's doing something weird. No, it should be fine. Okay. Turn this off. Take a look. Right click and hit Shade Smooth again just to make sure that's good. Alright, so this is going to be the outside of the OBS logo. Might dial that back a little bit. That metallic effect. But we're going to get rid of the middle. Whoa. Lost my headset. What's nice about this headset is it has I actually use the microphone on this to hear my own voice. You can do that with the Blue Yeti, but you need like in-ear headphones with a headphone jack. I don't have that set up yet, so. Alright, so let's go to face select mode, and we're going to add a new material to the object, and we're going to make a brand new material. We're going to call this sucker black. And we're going to assign it. So we have the face selected, so we can assign it just to that face and that face alone. And then, yeah, let's make it black. And then we can do some other fancy things, like turn the roughness all the way up. And turn the specular and sheen tints down if we want to just have that not affected at all by the rest of the environment. And yeah, I'm not liking the logo too much. Let's look up real quick. We'll Google image some OBS stuff. OBS program. Go to images and just kind of browse and just see. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's more of a white. It's not even really a metallic. You know? But we can do whatever we want. So we'll stick with the metallic for now. We can easily just change the material at the end if we want back to like a white. Okay, so I think for now I'm gonna go with the white. The white might be a bit easier on my eyes here. Alright, so we'll add a new material. Actually, how can I do this? Yeah, I'm just gonna have a new material in this metal one. We're just gonna make this white section here. So we're gonna have a new principal BSDF. This is going to be my white one. I'm just going to plug it in here. And we're going to give it some bit of shine, a little metallic. And this should be good. Okay. Now for the fun part. This is the part I got stumped on last time when I was trying to make this logo. We got to go to Alt. Let's flip it here. Okay, so we're going to add in a new object that's going to be this blade type thing in the middle here. How we're going to do that is by, I wonder if this is reversed image right here. Let's make sure. Yes. Let's rotate this. Rotate E 180. There we go. We were going to be drawing it backwards there. We don't want that. Alright, there's another add-on that you guys are going to need for this next part. So we might as well show you that. Go to Preferences. Type in Extra in your add-ons. Extra Objects. We're going to need this. I don't even have it on yet, so that's good. Now's a good time to save, by the way, too. Control S. Okay, so the reason we're doing that is so we can add an individual vertice. You gotta go to mesh. You don't get this single vert option unless you have that enabled. So we can add a single vert. There it is. We're gonna position this sucker where we want, if it lets me. Alright, we'll do it in object mode maybe. GX, there we go. GY, oh GZ. Yeah, you know, I think I'm gonna have a lot more fun if I just position my camera the way it's supposed to be. So this is how I want. This is how I want to draw this. So we're gonna rotate X 90. Fine. Where the hell's my camera? Rotate X 90. I'm just used to hitting 7 and then seeing my top-down view of my object. I really like that. So we'll just add a new camera, whatever. Shift A, camera, Alt G, Alt R, and GZ. I think this is what we want. Take a look at the camera. Oh, it's a speaker. I didn't even know you could add a speaker. Camera, Alt R, Alt G, and we'll go GZ to bring it up. And we'll take a look. And this is looking good. I can actually move it from here while we're in the camera itself. Might be the better way to do it. Alright, let's delete our vert because I don't even know where that is now. And now we're working. This is much better for me. I can move around much better. We're going to hide the camera. Not in our way. And we're going to go Shift A. Now when I'm adding everything, it's just adding it to the origin, so it's helping me keep everything pretty consistent here. Pretty consistent. Okay, so Shift A, Mesh, Single Vert, and brings us right into edit mode, which maybe is a feature of the vert, but I'm going to go back to object mode and go GX, GY. We're going to position this sucker here. X, Y. Now I'm holding shift while I'm dragging it. It gives you more precision. And of course we don't have to have this be 1-to-1. And all we have to do now is go into edit mode with our vert and hit E. Oh, we gotta select it first. Uh-oh, is this not gonna work now? This, I did some testing with this the other day and it wasn't working. Oh boy. Is it doing that? Extrude X. Extrude. Gonna be a pain, isn't it? Edit mode, extrude. Yeah, it's gonna be a pain. Let's try deleting it. I don't know. Oh, don't do that. Deleted everything. Alright, I don't know what's going on, so let's get rid of this. Maybe that was hiding it. Shift A, mesh. Single vert, add single vert. Boom. Extrude.
No problem.
Showing that I'm extruding. It's probably just not visible, maybe. I think that's what's happening. Alright, so let's just bring this up in the Z a little bit. We'll go GZ. Object mode, maybe GZ. There we go. Back to edit mode. Extrude X. Doesn't look like it's doing anything. Oh, it's over there. Look at that. You can barely see it. Okay, so it's working. It's just hard to see. So, how do we make it so it's not hard to see? Maybe we'll go out of this, out of that mode there. We have to be at least there, though. Alright, so I can see my points now. That's good. Go into edit mode. You can see that vert over there. Look at that. Edit mode. Okay, we'll select all. Alright, let's just make a new vert. Let's try it again. Third vert's the charm, as I always say. Add single verts. Extrude X. Not seeing it. Why aren't we seeing it? Alright, there's other ways we can do this. GZ. Maybe other ways we can do this. I don't know why that's not moving either. Alright, fourth vert's the charm. Shift A, mesh, single vert, boom. Extrude X. Oh, you know what's funny? I'm in face select mode right now. So it's only going to show faces. I'm an idiot. So we got to hit 1 on the numbers to go into vertice select mode. Boom, there it is. Problem solved. Okay, let's delete this vertice. And let's move this one. X. Whoa. Okay, we'll make a new vert. At least I know what I'm doing now. Okay, that's fine. Shift A, mesh, single vert, boom. UI. Okay, here we go. Here we go. We're in business. GX. GY. And we should be able to extrude. Like I wanted to last time. Extrude. Extrude. Yeah, we're gonna rinse and repeat, and we should be flowing now, you know? This should have been done like 20 minutes ago, but hey, what do you want from me? I'm no Blender expert, you know? Oh, my neck's doing that weird thing where it twitches. That's cool. Okay, extrude. Muscle spasms are so fun, aren't they? I wonder if that's something that you get more as you get older, I would imagine. Start spazzing out. It's probably the coffee I drink. Let's sip some coffee. One of the best drugs known to man. Caffeine. No, I'm not a caffeine abuser. I drink a cup of coffee in the morning. Sometimes I'll have a second or even a third cup if I'm feeling really frisky at work or something like that. But on weekends, I like to have a second cup at home as well. Treat myself. But yeah, a little caffeine a day is good for you. So what I'm trying to do here, it's not too particular. I'm trying to line these vertices up with the ones above them. There's an expert at Blender. He goes by the name of Grant Abbott. I've mentioned him several times on my channel. He's the guy that got me into Blender, his videos. And there is a video on how he makes 3D logos, which kind of is pretty much the inspiration for this one here. It pretty much uses the same method, except for he shows some more advanced stuff, and he gets into topology and all that stuff. Good for people that are trying to get into the business. The bidness. I am more of a hobbyist. Yeah, there's 3 different types of people that use Blender, as far as I know. You got your hobbyists, like me. You got your people trying to get paid, trying to get into the business. And I guess that's it, right? Is there only 2? There's only 2. Okay, so the beautiful thing about the OBS logo, thanks to the people that designed this.
That's what I'm here for.
You know what, Simon? I wonder if I put him to sleep if my chat system still works. I don't think it will, actually. We'll test it real quick. Go to sleep.
I was getting tired.
So is the chat? Yeah, the chat log's still updating. You can see every OBS. What's up, Doc 2020? Coming at us from DLive. Yeah, let's show off the chat window here that I made custom in Blender. Let's see if it still works, even with Simon asleep. Okay, yeah, so it still works when he's asleep, apparently. I'll leave that up there for a second. Did the sound not go off there? Let's try it again. Oh, you know what? I think it's because my headset turned off. I don't know what's going on with that, but I think you guys can hear the sound. Let's see. I'll look at my audio levels. Yeah, you guys should still be able to hear it. Cool. Okay. Yeah, I made that thing in Blender, and we're using OBS, of course, to stream. But also, you can do so much with OBS. Once you start learning how to do a little bit of programming, you can make fancy things like that custom chat window pop-up. get out of there whenever you want. Now, of course, my custom chat system doesn't know how to handle stuff like that fancy little emote you just threw in there in DLive. Shout out to DLive. But, you know, I can do other things with it that's pretty cool. I can make my own games or whatever I want to do in chat. I use it mainly for when I'm playing VR. I got some really cool features that work since it's my own custom chat. I'll go into those in full detail in the video, but there's some really advanced stuff you can do. Alright, so to join those at the end there, I just selected both. I just hit F, joins them. So now, we can hit A to select all of our vertices, and then we can hit F. And we can make a face. And maybe I didn't want to do that yet. Yeah, let's hit Control Z. So I'm going to Shift D, I'm going to duplicate this sucker. Shift D, and rotate Z. Except for we're rotating about the center of mass or center of vertices or whatever you want to call it. Let's undo that. Control Z, Control Z. Did I merge those? Okay. Let me get rid of this for a second. Boom, boom. Okay, so we want to rotate about the 3D cursor. So you just change that option up there. So this is the subtleties of Blender, like stuff like that. It takes a while before you learn these type of tweaks. But yeah, if you can think of it, you can do it. It's just a matter of learning what the keys are for it. So okay, so Shift D to duplicate all those vertices. Then rotate Z. Look at that. Save us some time. We don't got to go around tracing all that nonsense. And we're going to do the same thing again. Shift D, rotate Z. And we're going to get us some extra vertices that we don't need. This one I'm actually going to position a little bit more. So I can go GX, GY, and it can look good enough. Okay. Now, let's go into our line select mode. Or, let's go back to edit mode, crap. Edit mode, edge select mode. Let's delete these ones that are connected because we don't want those, I don't think. Delete edges. For that. Delete edges. Delete edges. Alright, we want to join these suckers up here. So we'll go back to vertices select mode. We're going to delete. We'll go to circle select mode. This is good mode. You hit C. You get this little guy here. This helps you kind of grab things like this. And delete them. How do I do that? Gotta exit first. Exit, delete, vertices. Circle select mode. Oh, you can't pan when you're in circle select mode, eh? Oh, it's because it's got the scale thing here. Okay, so circle select mode. Grab these suckers here. And exit, delete, vertices. We're going to connect these, of course. These ones are a bit tight over here, so kind of hard to tell where it begins and where it ends. Delete this one. And these ones are really close. Maybe, no. Delete, vertice. Right, we're almost there, guys. We're almost at the end of the logo. The end of it's just going to be doing some fancy shading and stuff. Okay, so let's fix this one up here. We'll go GX. Oh, don't do that. Control Z. GX to move this sucker over. And we'll kind of fix this one too. GX. And we'll join these two here. Hit F. Boom. I could fix this stuff up, but honestly, no one's going to look into any kind of detail here or anything. No one's going to judge that. Yeah, I'm not even going to fix these ones up, really. I'm just going to go GY and hit F. Boom. Looks good, looks good. Same thing over here. I'm going to go F. Now, obviously, you can see that one there is a bit tight. So what we can do here is we can right-click, hit subdivide. It'll add one in the middle, and then we can go GY and maybe a little GX action. A little bit more GY in there. Bring this one down a little bit too. Tighten this up. Okay, now for the moment of truth. We hit 3 to switch over to face select mode, which there is no face, so actually let's not do that. Let's go back to 1 vertice mode. Let's select all of them with A. And let's hit F to make a face. Boom. Look at that. She worked. She worked. Okay, so now what we can do is we can extrude this sucker however much we want. We're gonna go about here. Sure are. Okay. That should be good. We can always change it later. We can always edit it. And what I want to do is I want to apply a nice bevel around the entire edge. So we're going to hit 2 to go into edge select mode. And I think that edge is already selected. Yeah, it should be. So we're just going to hit Control B. The bevel. And we get some issues there. So let's decrease the bevel. And let's hold Shift. Slide, slide, slide. Getting some issues. So why are we getting some issues? I think it's because of this. I think it's because of this stuff over here. So we can zoom in on this edge here, and then we can hit, let's get rid of our reference image. We don't even need that anymore. And we'll get rid of the circle. Now we can focus in on what's going on over here. Control B for bevel. And yeah, there's some stuff going on there. So I don't like that. I don't know if there's really any way to not avoid that with just that tight geometry there. Just so tight and so sharp. There's like some advanced features where you can do weighted bevels. Something like that. That's a bit advanced for me, so I think we're just going to leave this and just bevel it slightly. That's going to be what we do. Should look pretty good. Go into rendered mode. Let's give it a material. We'll give it the metal material for now. Let's check that out. Which is really just white. And it doesn't look too great on the edges there. Which we may or may not see. So there might be some ways to fix that. Let's hit Control Z a couple times. Think about it. Too many times. Let's take a look here. Why did I do so many Control Z's? Okay, so select all, A. Make a face. Extrude in the Z. And let's try maybe scaling. Yeah, see, this is where the pros would come in and say, hey man, what are you doing? Alright, this might fix it a little bit. We're going to go to vertice select mode. We're going to select that one. And we're going to slide it by hitting GG. Where are we? We're over here. We're just going to try to get it away from that edge. Slide it down there. GG. That might actually be worse. Oh shit, yeah, we already extruded. Alright, anyways, we're just going to do a light bevel here. It doesn't need to be perfect. This is going to look pretty good. Could round that edge a bit more, but it wouldn't be true to the logo. It's just so tight. No place for it to bevel. Will be any kind of bevel is going to create some weird ass geometry. That's like the best I'm going to get. Even that might do some weird stuff. Bet if we shade smooth though, we can get away with quite a bit. Alright, it looks pretty good. Alright, so let's get rid of our reference image now. We don't really need that anymore. I think I can handle the rest on my own here. Okay. Now we do want this to be sort of like double-sided so we can spin it around like a coin. So let's select our circle, go into face select mode. Let's turn this one to black as well. We'll assign it. And let's just see what we got so far. Let's take a look at this beautiful masterpiece. We're going to select all, and then we're going to hit G, rotate Z. Now we'll rotate around the Y. As you can see, we do got a 3D logo. But we want to sync this in a little bit. We don't want that to be higher. And look, it already is. So we can go to wireframe view. And we can go here. We can select only this. We're going to call this blades. B-L-A-D-E-S. And then we can go GZ. You don't want it to stick out past that circle. Maybe slightly, but let's see if we can see it from the back. We can't. Okay, that's good. So we want this on the other side as well. So we can do Shift D, bring it down in the Z, and we'll do the same thing here. GZ, and just a little, you know, we'll take a look. We'll kind of snoop around here in 3D view. Make sure everything looks up to snuff. Bottom of this looks like doo-doo garbage. But we're gonna grab it and we're gonna rotate Y 180. We gotta come back up GZ. And this should be the side that's beveled, right? Not beveled here. Alright, let's just undo that then. I don't know why this side looks so weird. Shade smooth. Wait. That side didn't look weird. Beveled? Doesn't look beveled, eh? Yeah, it's just so small. Okay, that's all it was. Just a tiny little bevel. Nothing to write home about with that bevel, you know? Okay, rotate Y 180. G to the Z. And our blades should be going in the right direction. I can actually just look at my OBS on the top screen. Yeah, they're good. So I'm just looking at the logo on the application that's running on my computer, because we are running with OBS right now. And this is the bottom one. So we can just go GZ, bring it down a little bit. And we should be good here. Okay, so now we can have some fun with it. We probably want to make the black a bit more shiny. It'll just give it some interesting features, some interesting details. Let's go back to the metal on everything else. So this was my white material up top. We're not going to use that anymore. We're going to connect my nice metal material that we made earlier. Let's connect that sucker. And we can mess around with it a bit because it seems a bit funky. You can even make it a little bit more towards the whiter side, since it is a white logo in the end. I think that's going to look good. I wonder if the bump's too high. Turn this down a little bit. I think that looks better. Alright, then we're just going to apply that material to this sucker here. Grab our metal. Boom. Now, this is going to have to be a little bit different, I think. It should look the same. I don't know why it doesn't look the same. Interesting. Doesn't look the same as the other edges, and it should. Why is that? Well, let's try right-clicking it, hitting Shift A. Sorry, my headset turned off. Let's hit Control A and hit Apply Scale. Did that help? Didn't. We could always make a second material for this blade itself if we want. But I'm not too worried about it right now. Okay, so let's do the same with this. We're going to give it the metal material. And yeah, I think we want to give our black a little bit of sheen, a little bit of shine. Right now it's not doing anything with our HDRI. So let's select it. Let's go to the black. We're going to turn the roughness down a little bit. Metallic up. Specular up. Sheen tint up. And this is starting to look better. Let's turn the metallic down. Roughness up. Yeah, this looks pretty cool. Now, I don't know why it looks all crazy like that. Let's go into render mode. That'll help. Let's render it. Let's see what this sucker looks like so far. Looks pretty cool. Not liking the metal material on the blades though. We're just gonna make a separate material for that, I think. I don't know why it's not showing up as I want it. A little bit too much shine on the black. Let's fix that. Okay, so fix the shine first. Let's make the roughness up. Maybe not that much. Render it again. Take a peek. That's better. Better. Turn the metallic off. Oh, look, if you turn the metallic up, it actually kind of, believe it or not, it looks a little bit better. Yeah, I like this. Okay, then we can see what would look like if we did something like a rotate Y. And you know, you can start getting different lighting effects. A render here. Cool stuff here. But we're going to undo that with Control Z. Z. Alright, so we're going to make a new material. This guy. We can start with this material as base, so we can just copy it. And we're going to call it Blade Metal. I don't know why it didn't just transfer over directly. It should have matched pretty much exactly the same. I'm not sure why. Maybe someone in the comments or in chat could help me out with that, but that's fine. We're using it as a reference here. And we can just mess with the scale and stuff over here. You know, like this. Like this is already looking better. Yeah, let's go with the scale of 1. That's already kind of giving it that metallic look that I was looking for. Yeah, I think that's better. And we could do another render with just the white too. But let's see how this looks. Yep, pretty simple logo. Good one to do. How far are we into this? We're 47 minutes in. We kind of this took a lot longer than it should have. Alright, it looks good. It was worth it. Now we can do an animation. So let's go to over timeline mode. I'm not sure what this one is. Is it Control F12? That's render, isn't it? Render. Oh, Shift F12 maybe. Let's save real quick just in case. Shift F12. Yes, that gets you to your timeline. Alright, so I like to do a fancy little 360 loop. I normally render it at 600 frames, so I'm not going to render this live because it does take some time. And I usually render it in cycles, which actually we should be on cycles. Switch over to cycles. Let's render this once in cycles, see how pretty it looks. Cycles takes a bit longer, uses my GPU, but it uses ray tracing, so you're going to get that really nice looking effect. I did a similar logo for Voice Attack recently. Let me show that off. So let's bring that up on the screen here. Add media source. Do I already have it saved? I already have it saved. Source 4. I don't even know what those are. I don't want to add those. Something weird. Alright, here we go. Projects, Voice Attack logo, render, 360 loop. Okay, here it is. So we made a similar one. We rendered it with cycles. So this is what it looks like when you render something with cycles. Look at all those reflections. You got the similar metal material for the Voice Attack. One thing I do want to change, I'm gonna put a little bit of bump into this black. I'm gonna give it a little bit more flavor, a little bit more detail, just because it's such a plain open area. It looks okay with the shading, how it's kind of varied. But yeah, we can do some more justice there. Yeah, the Voice Attack one turned out really great. I just took their Voice Attack 2D logo, and I took some liberties with how it would look in 3D, of course. But I don't know. I don't think you could do much better than that. It's pretty sweet looking. I was proud of that one there. I originally did the logo on my channel like 3 or 4 months ago, and it looked okay. But I went back to it like a week or two ago with some of the new skills that I learned, and you know, spice it up a little bit. Okay, let's take a look at our OBS logo. So yeah, it doesn't look exactly like the official logo, but I think people will know what it is when they see it, that's for sure. I do want to try rendering it with white though, at least once. And I like this because if you zoom in here, you get the shadows from the edges. From the lighting, it's nice. Okay. Sure. So quickly, to rotate this sucker, it's very easy. Go back into Eevee for that just to show it. So we go back to 0, or back to 1 on our playback. And we are set for 600 frames. Let's make sure we're at 30 FPS. We are. And we're going to select everything. Actually, I'm going to make a new collection called Pieces. P-E-I-C-E-S. I can't spell. And we're going to put all of these... Oh, just these 3. Into there. We got Blade 1, got Blade 2, and we'll just call that Circle, that's fine. Then we're going to add a new collection, and we're going to call it Combined. Combined, okay. So I'm going to grab all those again. I'm going to Shift duplicate them, and then I'm going to hit Control J. Is that right? Or just, maybe it's just J. Oh boy. Oh, I have to place them still. Okay. Okay. Control J. Okay, yeah. Join them all to one. So we'll just call this OBS logo. So now it's all one object, and we'll get rid of the pieces, the individual pieces. And now we have one nice object here, which we can rotate, transform, scale it up, scale it down, do whatever we want to do. We can apply physics to it too, actually, couldn't we? I've never done a physics simulation. Maybe we could test that live. They don't really do the physics simulations too much. Well, look at this on the bottom. Hopefully no one sees that. Don't tell anyone about that down there. Something's still a little fishy going on with the shading. I believe this is because we have a giant N-gon, it's called. We go into the face select mode there. Or vertice select mode, even you can, I mean, this is just one face. That's just, how many sides is that face? It's not a pentagon. It's a, you know, diseptagon or something crazy. I don't know those fancy terms, but it's something crazy. Okay, so now what's nice about this is that now that our materials are in place, we can kind of just modify the materials. First, we'll do the rotation, though, because the rotation's cool. And then we'll come back to finish up the shading. Okay. So, select the OBS logo, and then you just hit I for rotation. Bada bing. Go to the end of the animation, frame 600. I'll just show it there. And then let's hit rotate Y, and then we're going to do 360. Boom. This will be a perfect seamless loop. I gotta hit I, rotation. Oh, what does that happen? I, rotation. And there we go. Perfect, seamless 360 loop. One thing that I'm noticing that I don't like about it so far. Now, there's a lot of things I'm not liking about it. I don't really like the metal. I think we're gonna get rid of the metal. It's very thin. I don't like how thin it is. And we know we might never even use this. I planned on using it in thumbnails, which I might not even really show it in 3D too much. Might just be more of a 2D element, but at least it'll have nice reflections and nice shading and stuff like that, even as a 2D element. Which is really why I don't get it. I see a lot of these Blender guys. It's not like I'm trying to hate on them or anything, but I just don't understand. There's Blender guys that they use Blender, they're big on Blender, they use it for everything, a lot of things, but then they use Photoshop for their thumbnails, and they use like 2D elements that don't, you know, I don't know. I guess it's just the way you make thumbnails. I'm not the best at making thumbnails anyways, but Just to me, it seems like you make them in Blender. I make my thumbnails in Blender. Now I do anyways. And I think that's what we'll do after this logo. I'm going to make a couple of thumbnails. We'll actually probably use this in a thumbnail. So that's probably how we'll end the OBS side of it, is by making a couple thumbnails. That's going to be exciting, guys. Okay, let's change our metal material here. We'll just rename it white. Now I wonder if I could select. This would be an interesting thing to know. If I can select all the vertices by material. Let's Google it. Blender. How to select all faces, maybe, by material. Okay, how to select objects based on materials. That's sort of... Here we go. How to select all faces with the same material. Okay. Here's an answer. You could also use Shift-G to select similar material, which is also accessible from the select menu in edit mode. Ah. Okay, that's pretty cool to know, because what we can do here is we can go into edit mode. This will give us some really fine adjustments here. We can select a face over here. Shift-G, select similar by material. Boom. And I don't know why the blade's showing up there. Oh, we never changed that blade. Interesting. Okay, so we can... Yeah, we'll change that as well. Okay, so first let's make this blade its own material here. We're going to go into face select mode. And we're going to just grab all of this blade. It's coming around different angles, making sure we got all the faces. And I have to deselect the face behind it that we selected as well. Don't want that. Now there's some tiny ones that I might miss here. I'm kind of scared. Done this before where you miss one little tiny point. Yeah, see, I missed one down there. You don't want that. Yeah, because there's some tiny little faces on this thing. Maybe do circle select mode. There we go. Ah, that's better. Yeah, this way we won't really miss too much. Oh, don't do that. Control Z. Control Z. Control Z. Shit. Oh yeah, when you're in circle select mode, you can't rotate. Okay, circle. Grab all that stuff there. Exit. Circle. Exit. Circle. We'll just kind of make sure we got it all. Exit. Okay, I think we got it all. Okay, so now, go to face select mode, exit. I think if we hit shift right click. No, we didn't want that. Oh, shit. So we just moved our world origin. We definitely didn't want that. Shift left click to deselect that face. Okay. And now we can assign all of those faces the blade material. Boom. So now, when we go into edit mode and we select this material and then we hit Shift G, select by material, it's not selecting that anymore. We don't want that. The main reason I wanted that is now I can just make new materials here. Like this, we'll call this white. And I can just assign those now to the white. Like that. And I can do the same thing with those. Oh boy. But before we do that, don't want to lose those vertices. So what we can do is we can go down to vertex. This vertex groups. We can add a new vertex group. Make a new one. We're gonna call this white, or we'll just call it outer circle. Because, and we'll assign it. Because if I made the blades and the ring white, and then in the future I wanted to select by material, they would all be the same. So I wouldn't be able to just isolate those again. All that time that I just spent selecting this individual thing would be wasted. So now, if I want to just specifically select the ring, I can click on outer circle and then I can hit select. Oh boy. Why did it select those few random things there? Okay. Let's do that again. Select. Alright, I might be able to get rid of these. I don't know why it did that. Some random stuff there. Alright, well. See if we assign it again if it gets rid of them. Yeah, I don't like that. That's scary. I don't know why. Look at, there's all these little faces down here. I can't get all those. How am I supposed to get all those? Alright, well, I don't know. Hopefully we don't have to use that. But it should have worked. If we hit Control Z a bunch. 1,000 times. I wonder if it'll get rid of the vertex group. Alright, yeah, the vertex group's gone. So now, let's try this again. We'll select by material, Shift G by material. And okay, it did not select any of that junk in the middle. I must have just randomly clicked some things or something. Although, look at this. It is selecting some stuff in there. That's weird, huh? I don't know what's going on with that. Don't know what's going on with that. There's other ways we can select this on its own. We can go into edge select mode. And we can hit Alt. Oh, we want to go to face select mode, then we can hit Alt on an edge here. And yes, this is maybe the better way to do it. We'll just go all the way around. A little bit more time consuming, but hey. Where am I zoomed in? I can't zoom right here. Yeah, we'll just do that. We'll save our ring here. This way, any further editing in the future will be very easy to do. Yeah, I never really used that vertex group thing that much, but I need to learn how to use it, so this is a good time to use it. And I don't know if there's a faster way to do this, you know. I don't think you can use the circle tool here. Hey, box select? No, you can't when you're shift alting. As far as I know. Alright, we're almost done though. I think this is going to look better with the white. I do believe so. The metal was cool, but didn't like it. Cool, but I didn't like it. Okay, so new vertex group, boom, assign outer circle. Okay, so now when we hit select, it's still selecting shite. What is going on, man? I don't know. Okay, I'm not worried about that. We don't even need that anyways. We don't even need that crap. Okay, so let's go back to our editing here. We're gonna hit Shift G, select by material. It should select both. We're just gonna assign them to the white. We're gonna make everything white. We're gonna hit render. The OBS logo in 3D, baby. That's what it looks like. Yeah, I like that better. Let's hit play. Why is it rotating that way? Okay, there we go. Now we can give the white a bit more detail as well, and the black. So let's get a nice angle for the black here. Something like this. We'll hit Shift F3, go back to our shading, and let's go select our black material. We're gonna apply a bump with a noise and maybe even a Control T here with our Node Wrangler add-on. We'll go Object to Vector, and let's scale this sucker. Let's invert it. This is going to be really scaled down, nice and fine. You're not really going to see this too much, I hope. Detail up, distortion up, and Yes. Then we could use a color ramp as well. Let's bring the distortion down so we can see a little bit better. Let's try doing a color ramp here. Give us a bit more control. I think this will work here. So if we move this over here, what does that do? Okay, yeah. Because we don't want it everywhere, you know, it's kind of a little splotchy OBS logo. Kind of like it more over this way though. The splotchiness. Let's turn it on to ease. Ease into it a little bit, you know. Alright, we'll leave it here. We'll mess with the scale stuff here a little bit. Yeah, see, look, this is what it looks like zoomed up. That's your noise. Detail down, detail up. Just play around with it. Play around with it, see what you like. But yeah, it's a little strong, so turn the strength down. And look at that, just gives it that little fine detail there. We need to hit N, and we need to go down to clip start and make sure that's already at the minimum, eh? You can mess around with the color ramp a bit more here. And there should be a way we can kind of just do like random. Look at that, how that shines there. That's cool. Yeah, I think that gave it some nice detail there. Yeah, I might do a similar thing with the white. I might do something cool with the white, actually. Alright, so let's go over to our white. First, let's see what it looks like rotating, because that's going to be a big deal. And I think the black became a bit too dull. Let's go back to our black. Let's give it a little bit more. Turn the roughness down a little bit. Ooh, look at that. You can actually see the reflections in the HDRI with that all the way down. It's pretty cool. Interesting. We could just plug this whole node setup into the roughness, I think. Check that out. Use that for the roughness. Makes any sense? And it's kind of crazy, actually. I wonder what happens if we plug that. Oh, you know what? Maybe we'll just plug the noise factor into the roughness. Let's try that. Scale might be crazy, though. That's not too bad, actually. Is it shiny in some spots, and it's rough in others? I think it's a bit too much, though. I think I might like the consistency better. This is pretty cool, though. Oh, I just love how, you know, we're not even in cycles. Let's pop over to cycles and take a peek at this fine specimen. Wow, it's going to load a lot with all them little bumpy things. Can we even zoom in on this? So much noise. I'm really tempted to hit render, though. But yeah, just those fine little touches, man. It looks good. Alright, I think we'll go back to Eevee and just sit tight here and get rid of this. And I think this actually it looks better the other way. Wow. What's interesting here, though, we can plug that back into the roughness. Okay. Yeah, it looks better like that. Sure. We can plug a math node in between there to modify it a bit. Interesting with the rotation. So watch this. It's going to slow down. Here, I'll go to Shift F12. It's going to slow down near the end of the 600 frames. Watch this. Slows down a little bit. Same thing here. We want to fix that. So we want to go to, I don't know the hotkey for this one yet. We should learn it though. Graph editor, Shift F6. So let's use that. Shift F6. We'll select this. And this is the animation. The green is the rotation in the Y. So we want to select that. And we want to right click. Interpolation mode, linear. It looks like it already was linear, but F12. It didn't seem like it was animating linearly. Huh. It's kind of weird. Maybe it's just an optical illusion. Yeah, that line's definitely linear, so I don't know. It's very important for when you're doing a loop. You don't want that weird slowing down and slowing up at one point, because then it looks... Yeah, this is fine, okay. Then it looks like it's just a weird... I mean, it still works for a loop, but... Alright, so the white, I'm not liking the white. And I still think we might be a bit shiny on the black. I want to find a way to make this stuff a bit more random as well. So how would I do that? How would I do that? Interesting. So pretty much what I'm talking about is I would only have like certain regions that would have that texture. The rest would be maybe just the plain texture. So that's a bit beyond my expertise, to be honest. I could sit here for a little while and try and figure it out. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get there. That might be a trial for another day. Because we would need to take everything that's here, and we would need to apply something else to it, eh? Maybe we would need like a noise texture here. Let's go for it. Noise, baby. I don't think that's gonna work. It's a vector into a... Don't think that's gonna work. But we can mess with it. Yeah, it's just kind of making more noise. Let's try putting another color ramp in there. See if we can get something going here. I'm gonna turn the scale back down to 1 here. And let's get a top-down view. We want to go back to frame 1 because it'll be nice and flat there. Oh, we kind of want to see the whole thing. Okay, Shift F3. All right, let's mess with this sucker. Oh, yeah, I think that's what I was looking for. What I wanted? Might just need to mess with the scale. Hard to tell what regions that's in. Maybe the factor into the factor. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, we're just gonna get rid of these. Yeah, this looks good though. Now, for the white, for the white, for the white. Something ain't right. Too bright. We can mess with the color. Alright, let's go to our white material. And what's around with it, you know? Roughness up, roughness down. We definitely want some shine on that bad boy. There is a glossy material as well, but I'm not too sure how to use it. I love how the shine of the white comes off from the black, though. Look at that. Oh, this looks pretty freaking good. I might not mess with it. Put some scratches. on it. Might look kind of cool. Make it metallic underneath. Don't know where I don't know how to do that node setup anymore, really. All right, let's save this. I think we're good. All right, so we're gonna try to at least start my next thumbnail. So, file, new. Let's open up a previous thumbnail here. First things first, let's just switch pace a little bit, guys. We're gonna skip off of the voice attack, OBS logo creation stuff. This is gonna be a quick little thumbnail. We're just gonna make our part 3 of our Breath of the Wild thumbnail real quick. Now, when it comes to things in Blender, I'm usually like 100% try to use my own resources, and the background art for the logos I've been doing, or for the thumbnails, I've just been stealing from online. Eventually we'll get a camera in-game, and we'll be able to take our own pictures, and we will be able to make our own custom thumbnails with our own custom pictures. But until then, we're kind of slumming it a little bit. So let's look up Breath of the Wild images, whatever. See if something catches our eye. I've already used a couple of these. I already used that one, and I already used one of these other ones. Ooh, I like this one. Boom, we're going with that. Don't know whose it is. I'm using it. Sorry, suckers. Save image as projects, Breath of the Wild, assets, bada bing, bada boom. That's it. Yeah, we just stole their stuff, you know, don't worry. Now, this is a fancy setup I have for doing thumbnails. I won't go too much into the specifics, but I use a background and a foreground. And you'll see why shortly, because I'd like to modify the image. Okay, so let's delete this one. And let's shift A. Oh no, we gotta import. File, import, images planes. Assets, and that thing we just stole there. And let's scale it up. Now, one thing I always do with these images that I steal, I like to steal things, is I go into shading by hitting Shift F3, and I turn up the roughness and turn everything else down. The reason I do that is it kind of just gives you like the base image in the render. There it is. So that's the background. And this looks too low res for me. Let's see if we can get the higher version of that. That looks a bit. Yeah, see, that's 1920 by 1080. Maybe it's just the way it looks. Accept all cookies. Do I want to do that? I don't know. Yeah, this doesn't. I mean, that's just the way it's drawn, I think. Maybe we'll use a different one. I don't know if I like that. I'm a big fan of like high res stuff. See, this is cool, but I won't be able to fit that as a thumbnail. Yeah, see, it looks good here. Let's make sure that's saved as like a high def image here. Okay, we gotta go to projects, Breath of the Wild, assets. Let's take a look at this. Properties. Details. Yeah, 1920 by 1080. Alright, well, let's just try it. Let's see what it looks like. Maybe it'll look good once I apply some magic techniques to it. Alright, first things first, let's just hit render, F12. Okay, we gotta switch something over, actually. We gotta go back to our foreground. Hit F12. So yeah, what's going on here is I render the text and the logo above a plane that catches the shadow, and it's lined right up with the image that's going to be the background. The reason I do those separate is because I like to tweak the colors of the background image using a node. But I don't want them those effects affecting this, so that's the way I do it. I don't know if there's other ways. And this font is stolen, by the way, as well. So, I really, yeah, the font I took. Hey guys, taking fonts. Hey, I don't make any money in my channel, so I can take everything. I think that's a thing. You can just steal from people as long as you're not making money off it. All right. So yeah, this looks like trash. I don't like that. I don't like that background. I don't think there's anything we can do to save that either. I mean, my other renders just look so good compared to that. Let's take a look at the other ones for comparison. Actually, let's save it, because then we can just do a side-by-side. Just to show off how different that looks. We want to try to keep a consistent theme here. We'll call this part 3. Save that sucker. Okay, so now if we go into renders, you know, you got your part 1, part 2, part 3. Part 1, let's go full screen. This looks good. I like that. Part 2. Alright, it's got a little bit of low res in it. So maybe I was wrong. This just looks even worse though. I don't know why. I guess it's the same. Alright, whatever, maybe we'll use it. I changed my mind. Alright, but what we can do is we can go into compositing now that it's been rendered out. And we can do what I was talking about. How do I change my view here? Let's go item. I'll make that a little bit bigger. Go to the viewer. Zoom. There we go. Yeah, we can use our color ramp. This will be cool though, because we can change the change that a bit. Original. Get a bit more flavor. Yeah, it seemed a bit white, a bit washed out in the original. We can take care of that here by applying some stuff to it. I don't really know what I'm doing, you know. I just kind of wiggle things around. Make it seem like I know what I'm doing. In the end, it's all the facade. All right. Yep. I think we did it. I think we made it unique enough to where we can't get sued. Looks pretty good. Now, for the final coup de grace, go into part 2. We select that. We hit tab. Boom. Change it to a 3. Grab the shadow that's underneath. Now, where is it? Tab. Boom. 3. Boom. Render. See you guys tomorrow. But yeah, the process is pretty straightforward. Once I start taking my own pictures and that, it'll be nice because I can just grab some of my best pictures. Maybe they'll be relevant to what I'm doing in the game a bit more. Maybe I can show off like my equipment in that in the game. While that's rendering, let's check out the beautiful Sheikah slate. Shout out to DocDoc2020 who joined us tonight in OBS. Or DLive. That's his comment was OBS. The newest effect that I've learned how to do in Blender is that lightning effect, which for once this was actually like the first thing I came up with on my own. I might even do a tutorial on how to do that. I want to find a way though to get the lightning a bit more lightning-y, because right now it's just like a noise blobby texture thing. I want to get a little bit more sharp edges, a bit more jaggedy. There's got to be a node I can throw in there to do that. All right, so let's image, save as JPEG for YouTube always, and part 3. Let's delete this one though. Can I delete that? Yeah, okay. There she is. So if I go live tomorrow with some Breath of the Wild, which I just might, I think I might, I can throw that sucker on there. And my thumbnail will be made. Oh, actually, let's undo that. Let's see how much our lighting effect changed the thumbnail. This is with the post effects applied, and this was with not applied. So yeah, I mean, didn't really do too much, but yeah, look in the original. His face is kind of boring and maybe a little gray, a little dark. I don't know, washed out. Then you come over here, yeah, brightened it up a little bit. I think this one looks better. So we did a good job there. Yeah, see the colors in the rocks came out a bit more. We did our work there. We brightened it up. Now we can delete that sucker later. Okay, let's get back to our OBS voice attack tutorial thumbnail creation. Okay, save this. File. I don't want to use this template, maybe. We're just going to do one from scratch. So new, general. I don't know why that always pops up. Delete. Let's go to box select mode. Delete them suckers. Okay, Alt G, Alt R. Let's make sure we do it right this time. Rotate X 90. GY -10. I thought this was the right way. Shift A, mesh plane, rotate X 90, scale that sucker. Okay, yeah, that's right. Alright, anyways. File, save as. This is going to go into our voice attack folder, and it's going to go into thumbnails. Oops. So one of the first tutorials that I do for voice attack is going to be on how to do voice attack OBS integration. Because a lot of the tutorials that I'm going to be doing involve OBS and voice attack integration. So I want one of the first ones I come out with, I want to be able to point people to that video to show them how to do that part of the process. So let's make a new folder here. Nah, this is fine. So OBS _ voice attack _ INTEGRATION integration. Okay, it's close enough. Go to school to be a good speller. All right, so now for the fun part. Let's import. No, we want to link. We want to append. Actually, let's link. I've never tried linking things yet. So linking, apparently how that works is if I update the other file, it'll update the file here as well, which is pretty cool. So I want to link the voice attack logo. I want to link it all, baby. Oh, I don't know how this works, to be honest, so link that sucker. That didn't do anything, did it? All right, maybe I got to select something specific here. Link. Voice attack logo. Let's go object, maybe? The object? Object. Oh boy. Oh boy. Could select them all, eh? What are all those paths? What is all that crap in there? Well, we need that object, so I guess we gotta go see what's going on here. We'll save this. File, open. Voice attack logo. There it is. Okay, let's switch over to Eevee just so we can move fast. Is he a circle? We don't need that. Hog. Alright. So it looks like it's all this stuff here. Alright, so I'm gonna Shift D these two. Shift D, right click, Control J, and call this VA logo. And we can hide it in here, whatever. Fine. So really I don't need to link this. I don't know what I'm doing. We're gonna save it. Go back to, actually let's do the same kind of concept, but with our OBS logo. Actually I already did that here, okay. So file, open, voice attack, thumbnail. Okay, so now we should be able to easily go link. Yeah, I'm new to this stuff, so this may or may not work. Voice attack logo.blend object. And we should have our voice attack logo object now. That sucker in. Where is it? Here's that sucker. Why aren't you visible, you piece of junk? Because it's not visible in the other file, that'd be kind of funny, right? Might be. I don't see it here, man. Okay. Control S. File open. Voice tag logo. Maybe because I hit it here, it's hidden there. I don't know. I think that was a thing, but could be. We'll hide these ones then. Control save. File open. Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, it showed up now. Now, is it going to have all the materials? Boom. Can I edit the materials? No. But that's fine. That's okay. But yeah, we'll have to go into the other one if we want to edit them. The reason I wanted this is I can just bring these two suckers together. Whoa, what's going on there? That little black line there? That wasn't there before. That crap. Can I show up in the render? I don't know what that is. Oh, it's just a line. Okay. Phew. Alright, same deal. File. Info link. Go to our OBS logo. Go to objects. Sucker in. Yeah, the scaling's a bit different. And we can't modify it here. Isn't that great? So yeah, we don't want to use link. Screw that. See you later, suckers. File append. Yeah, we're just going to go with this method because I can modify these now. I like that. File append. Voice tech logo. Give me that. Yes. Alright, let's go back to frame 1. These suckers want to rotate, apparently, because I animated them. Let's rotate X 90. Scale that chump down. GX. Why is that one rotated that way, though? That's interesting. We can delete all keyframes somehow here. Clear all keyframes. Alright, first let's try to get these somewhat rotated properly here. What happens if we go 0? We'll just do this. Whoa, why did it do that, eh? That's fun. Clear keyframes, right? Yeah, I think that's what we want. Same thing here. Be 0, it shouldn't matter much. Clear keyframes. Now they shouldn't be animated, that's good. Go to our camera view. And we can rotate X 90. Rotate X 90. GX. Y. GX. UI. Z? Yeah, it's going to be like OBS voice attack plus OBS. Something along those lines. Something along those lines, you know? So, how do we make a plus symbol, guys? That's going to be hard. It's going to be so hard. Ah, see, it's not top-down view, son of a gun. I got my camera right this time. Keep doing that. Yeah, why do I keep doing that? Alt-G, Alt-R. Oh, is that right? Doesn't seem right. Anyways, GZ10. Oh, that's perfect. Rotate X 180. No, 90. Boom. I want the voice attack to be up top, I think. Alright, I think I'm going to scale both of these down. Up. Down a tad. X, GY. X, Y. So let's create a plus symbol, guys. There's several ways we can do this. We could just draw it, or we could be cheap, and we can add in text source. We can edit it, and we can type in a plus sign. We can go GX, GY, scale that puppy. GY, and we could do something like that. And we can make it 3D, look cool, all that jazz. I want a good background for this though. Right now we don't have much going for a background. Let's go into film, let's turn on transparent. Interesting is there's probably no world shading here, so yeah, we probably want that. Shift A, environment. Maybe this one we'll try using the outdoor texture that I have. Assets, HDRI, let's try that. Go a little outdoorsy here. And kind of bright. What's nice about this now is I can just like rotate these a little bit. However I want. Oh, a little tilt to the voice attack one, what did you want to do? A little tilt to this one, talk about it later. Want. But we might not do either of that, we might just leave them front facing. We can still get some nice shadows with those though. Alright, so yeah, I think this will be fine for our plus symbol. Let's just convert it to a mesh. Whoa, let's go back to layout. Convert to mesh. Yeah. Okay. Extrude that puppy. No, it's not extrude it. Control Z. Why does it looks like shite? Let's add a remesh modifier and see what that does to this puppy. Increase that. Whoa. How did it do that? Right, go away. Hit apply. Gone. Oh, maybe because it needed... I think it needs depth for the remesh? I don't know. Remesh. Yeah, you might have to give it some depth first. So we don't want to do that then. Oh, it's funny. We could just use this as a template to draw our own shite. Why are these lines in here? Get rid of these. Delete these. Delete edges. Okay. Delete edges. Hide the camera, that's in the way. This is like the stupidest way to make a plus sign, we'll say. Delete edges. Delete edges. What? How many edges are there? Delete edges. Okay, on a vertice mode. I mean, they look like they're connected, eh? Be able to make a face. A face. Boom. The reason I did that is because I want to bring this up front and extrude the sucker out. So we can shift alt select in edge mode the bottom. Let's do it on all the sides. Do it everywhere. Just hit A. Hit control bevel. Get a nice little bevel. Fade smooth. Alright, so let's just Google plus sign. Curious what the #1 used color for plus signs are. I bet it's green. plus sign. See a lot of green for sure. Green might look good in the thumbnail as well. Guess I was already kind of choosing green in my head there. Go with the green. So we're going to add a material. Green plus. Oh, come on, caps lock. Okay. Alrighty. Go with a little green action. Alright, we got to get some kind of background going as well. Shift F3 to go to shading here. We'll do the similar thing with the plus. We'll give it some kind of interesting material here. Roughness down, metallic up. Show off them bevels. Let's right click shade smooth. Oh, there we go. Yeah, because we can even rotate this sucker in the Y. First of all, let's go object, set origin to center of mass volume. That way when we rotate it now, it'll rotate there. And a little 3D Y, rotate X. You can do something cool like this now. I kind of like that actually. I do like that. Let's try this. Let's go Shift D, right click, Alt G, Alt R. Look at that, we got unrotated. We'll just call this plus. Plus. Then we have plus dash rotated. We can go back and forth now between the ones we want. I like the plus rotated. I think we're gonna probably end up going with that. All right, let's just render and see what we got. Let's see what we're working with. There it is. Too crazy, but I think we're on the right track here. We just got to pick a nice background color. Maybe do a little bit of rotation of. If anything, I'm probably going to rotate the voice attack logo. I just leave the OBS one as is. Scallop the plus sign like that. All right, so let's get that background thing going here. So Shift A, mesh, plane. We're going to scale the X by 16, scale the Y by 9. Give us a 16 by 9 ratio. Scale it down. A little overhang's fine. And let's give it a material. Call this background. And can't be white because logos are white. And it can't be something that's green. We gotta go. Oh, we don't want that. Gotta go something a little different here. So yeah, we can just mess around with the color wheel. I think we're gonna end up. I wonder what the theme for this series should be. Gotta come up with a color theme, you know? Just hit render and see what this sucker looks like. So we're getting some issues I thought I might run into. We're getting the blue reflecting off the back of this. And we're gonna see that up here as well. So we're gonna have to separate these things. And I always run into troubles when I do this. Man, my freaking microphone keeps cutting off. Yeah, I want this thumbnail to be very, very simplistic. Let's definitely not do the blue for now. Let's go with like a gray. Like a gray. Oh, gray's boring though. Gray is so freaking boring. I'm not getting any shadows or anything right now. I mean, this is in cycles. We'll get the shadows. Probably just gonna render it in cycles anyways. Getting any shadows? Oh, look at that, it's cutting through there. Gotten through a lot of stuff. GZ, let's get that way back there. That explains why there wasn't any shadows, eh? We're gonna have to scale that sucker now. Alright, so we gotta come up with some ideas for background. I know what I want to do. Well, what do we have here? Yeah, you can cut those off a little bit. That'll probably still look good. Probably still look pretty good. Drawing a blank, guys. Let's go back to Eevee. Where is my inspiration going to come from for this background? Let's try just messing with some gradient stuff and just see what kind of effects we get. Then we'll modify the colors from there. First of all, let's just do this on its own. So let's make a new scene. We're gonna copy settings, full copy, do it. New layer, boom. I think we need a new collection is what we need. So let's go here, let's go new collection. It's gonna be called background. Okay, we're gonna throw the plane in there. We're gonna label this background. We're gonna label this whole scene background. I don't really know what I'm doing, to be honest, but I've gotten this to work before. Background layer. Then we can switch back to our other layer, call it 4, whatever, we'll just call it 4 layer. Go back to the other scene, call this foreground. Misspelt, sure. So now, in the foreground, I'm just going to delete the background plane. Actually, I'm going to make another one. 50, right click, delete this one. This one's going to be called shadow. Because what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go into object properties, visibility, where is this? Viewport displays. Is it only in cycles, eh? I think it's only in cycles. Alright, so we go over to cycles. And oh, I think it's in here. In here? Viewport display. No. Settings. Gray visibility. Looking for shadow catcher. Should be here somewhere. Visibility shadow catcher. Boom. So that's important. It'll still catch the shadow. I love my shadows. Big fan of shadows. I think this OBS logo we can bring down a little bit. GZ. I have to do something with the lighting in here too. The lighting, I think it's this outdoor lighting. I'm going to switch that. Let's go Shift F3 here. Oh, Shift F3. Go over to world. Let's change this HDRI to our indoor lighting. Yeah, look at that. Look at them shadows. I like that better. Yep. Yep. Like it. So yeah, we get the shadows there. Now the secret is to go into compositing. And actually, let's go to background. I think we can just delete all this other stuff in here. We might still need the camera. See what happens if we delete this stuff. Delete. Now it should still be in the foreground. Yes, it is okay. Now when we go to compositing, we can use nodes and we can render the background, and then we can use a alpha over node, and we can copy this one, Shift D, and we can use the foreground. This should work, I do believe. Let's hit F12, see what happens. How about we put a viewer node in there? Why not? Oh, wrong one. And hit F12, let's see what happens. It's using cycles, of course. It's gonna take some time. We're getting a bit much shine on the plus sign. We'll have to dial that back or add some little bumpiness to it. Yeah, this tutorial is going to be good. So what I'm going to be doing in this tutorial is I'm going to be showing off the OBS WebSocket commands. It's like a plugin for OBS, or at least it lets you talk to OBS through scripts. So I use that in all of my voice attack programming to send commands to control certain stream elements. Like right here, I can turn on this, boom. You could use a voice command for that or a script. Or you can just click the button in OBS itself. But obviously, if you're doing super advanced things like this, you are going to need several animations playing on top of each other, chats that are automatically updating, all kinds of stuff like that. You're going to need a script to do that. And yeah, you're going to want to use the OBS WebSocket integration stuff. Get that out of there. Man, this is taking a while to render. You know what's funny? I don't think I have it using my GPU. CPU, yeah, look at that. What a piece of crap. I wonder if you can switch it mid-render. Probably not. GPU compute. That'd be funny. Alright, so once it renders once, though, I think we'll be fine, because we'll at least be able to mess around with the background. Yeah, this is nice, though. I'm happy that I went this route, because I can reuse these assets anytime I want now. We got our OBS logo, we got our voice stack logo. Took some time to make, but I can use them in any way I want now. I can bounce them around like little coins on a surface, animate them if I want, do what I want, throw some physics on them, rotate them, since they're 3D elements. I like having it 3D. Yeah, this is definitely gonna... let's just get out of this. Alright, so GPU compute's on. Let's check that out. That's better. That's more like it. Probably will finish at about the same time, but at least we don't have to watch it slowly drag on. Yeah, logos look good. Plus sign is okay. Like I said, we're gonna probably add a little bump to that or something. Bump it up. OBS plus. Voice tag plus OBS. Wonder if I should put like WebSocket integration on the title. Might need to. Yeah, we might need some text in here, because I could use the same format for all of the OBS. Oh, look at that. It worked. Yeah, it did work. Okay. So the background rendered separately, which is good, because now it's not shining onto the plus sign now, or the colors we're reflecting off. Which, I mean, if it was real, it would, but, you know. Whatevs, YOLO. Alright, so now we might do some stuff with some rotation. Let's get our plus sign. The green's a bit bright, so there's a couple of ways we can make it less bright. One of them is by adding some nice little textures to it, which is my usual method of doing a bump with a noise. Bump with a noise with another noise. We could get fancy if we want. Get fancy. Give it a little extra goodness there. Control T. Object. And mess around with some scaling here. around with the scaling. We might want to go to Eevee though to see the effects of this happening in real time here. Let's hit save because things are getting a little out of hand here. That just looks ridiculous. Detail up, scale up. Just going crazy now. We don't want all that, but we could also do something like this where we just kind of strengthen it down. There you go, from that shine just to a little rough. Now we can also mess with the color if we want. Give it a little bit more roughness here as well. Yeah, color's a bit bright there, eh? Yeah, that's pretty cool actually. I like that. Yeah, it's just better than the plain boring, you know. Alright, now. Let's go to our background. Take a little peek here. We got this material here that we're working with. Pretty much gonna have it be rough. Color is atrocious. So we're gonna use a color ramp. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna color ramp this sucker. And we're going to choose some pretty colors here. I wish you could plug in just RGB nodes into these. Don't think you can. Maybe we'll do that in an add-on or something. Or there's a way to do it some other way. I don't know. Okay, so color ramp. Boom. Let's turn this on ease. Got the black. We got the blue. We'll go with like a blue and a purple or something. Yeah, that looks. And I've gotten bad effects from this before, so this may not work. What do we need now? Now we need texture coordinate. Is that what? Oh, we want a gradient. Gradient texture. I think it's the factor, yeah. Oh, wow. No, that doesn't look too bad. Yeah. Then we can hit Control T here. And we can try object. See how that looks. Yeah, now we can control it. Pretty cool. Some rotation if we can. It's not working there. Maybe we need to change this to texture. I'm trying to figure out how to rotate it, but oh, there it goes. So yeah, this is pretty cool here. I like this. Now, I'm trying to think of a way to get rid of that stupid white in the middle, but not too worried about that right now. Alright, let's just hit render. Those colors are going to be horrible. See what happens if we render this in Eevee. Let's just see how it looks. Definitely going to want some of that cycles. Why is it render? Why is it not render in the background? What is this? Oh. Guess we have to do it in cycles, eh? Yeah, because of the shadows. There's probably a way to do it in Eevee. Okay. So yeah, we should come up with a nice color scheme for all these videos. I don't know what I want to do. Sometimes I like to look at my channel thumbnails for YouTube. See what kind of style we're already working with on the channel. I just kind of naturally, I don't actually plan on having a style on my channel. But I tend to use certain colors, I suppose. Shout out to the new subscribers, by the way. Spiked up to 258. I've been hovering at like 254 for a long time. Yeah, for several months now. Something recently just made me spike up like crazy. Alright, let's go to videos. Let's scroll. Let's take a look. What we doing? What we've been doing? A lot of red. I don't really like that. This is like the worst color to use for a thumbnail, by the way. Look at that thumbnail. I like that one there. Can I zoom in on that? What am I doing here? I'm just like peacing out. Peace out, yo. Half-Life Alex, part 1. How did I have that for part 1 of the thing? Hey, that's kind of funny to look at. I used a shadow there. Kind of cool. Made it look like the Alex logo was in-game. That's actually not bad, considering that was 4 months ago with my Blender skills. These are some of the first thumbnails I made with Blender. This, believe it or not, is Blender, the Castlevania logo. This Overwatch is Blender. That's using Bloom. A little bit of Bloom there. Saints and Sinner logo was made in Blender. So yeah, this is where I started my Blender love here about 6 months ago. Look at this real quick. You can see my background. What is going on here? Why did I think this looked any good at all? A lot skinnier though there. I like that. Yeah, this is the time lapse of me making that Blender logo. I could have did a time lapse of the stuff I did tonight, but yeah. That was fun to edit. It didn't take too long to edit this video. Show it again at the end. Yeah, see, that's what the old one looked like down there rotating, and that didn't look very good. Look how fast it's going, too. Alright, anyways. So yeah, I don't know. My channel doesn't really have a theme, I guess, for colors, so I'm just kind of... You know, it doesn't look bad. I mean, it doesn't look good, but... It doesn't look bad. OBS plus. Voice attack. I definitely think I should rotate this a bit. Rotate Z. No, I don't do that. Rotate Y. Rotate it a little bit. Might as well use that 3D that we made there. So use that rotation though. Rotate Y. We're gonna have to bring it up a little bit more. GZ. Yeah, that gives a little bit more character there. And it's nice about this, we can just rotate Z how we want with that. Position that better. Pull that down a tad maybe. X. Alright. I'm feeling it. It's kind of cool there too. That clips through a bit there. Yeah, let's rotate it back a little bit here. It's a little crazy. Rotate Y. Voice attack. OBS. Combine them together. What do you get? No. Alright, render. Let's view the render again. You know, I really kind of don't mind that, to be honest. I like how it's split diagonally, because they're two different programs. Kind of funny. I kind of like it. It's a thumbnail, though. I mean, it's not catchy enough. Was this rendered in cycles? This doesn't look good. This plus sign looks a little strange here. Let's we gotta do something with that. We gotta decrease this strength on this maybe more. Let's decrease the roughness. A little bit more shine there. Yes, I think that'll do it. Let's see what that sucker looks like. How's she looking? How's she looking? Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. Questioning it now. So we've been live for like 2 hours, guys. We modeled this OBS logo from scratch. Pretty happy with how it turned out. This is getting washed out like crazy. The lights are hitting it weird or something like that. Yeah, maybe that's one thing we can do. Let's because I like the rotation on it. Let's turn down the background a little bit here. So we'll go into our world shading and we'll hit home. Let's turn this down to like 0.8. It's still a bit bright, maybe 0.65. And let's try rendering that. Now I should be able to go into that voice attack material, that black material that's shiny there. Should be able to modify it right from here and all that. So yeah, see, it's a bit shiny. Can make it a bit more matte for this setting. It's nice for it to be reflective when it's rotating in that, but I don't think it's doing it justice here. So let's get out of this and go click on it and see if we can find that material here. Go to material settings. See, we can't edit these. So I need to append them, I think. Let's go to append, voice attack logo, materials. I don't really need them all. I need cog dark, that's what I'm looking for. Okay. You think it would let me edit that now, but it doesn't. Yeah, I'm not really sure how to do this stuff, to be honest. Yeah, it's kind of screwing up my lighting there. I don't like that. Let's try rotating it maybe a little bit. I don't know. Bring it back a little bit. All right, so yeah, we're just gonna come up with different gradients and that for the background. We could try like a radial method, all that stuff. But I think everything else looks pretty good here. The plus sign's not as boring now. Voice attack logo is not as shiny as it was before. It's gonna start rendering the left side of it here. I think the left side's a little bit darker as well, because it has less reflection. So yeah, I think the sucker's gonna be good. Probably wrap this show up here shortly, guys. I would like to have finished with a finished thumbnail for this, but oh, you know what? Maybe we'll try adding the text on here. Yeah, this looks alright. Wish the voice attack logo part was a bit darker. Like the OBS dark. But I guess it's kind of nice though, because you can't see the detail in the logo there. It's too dark. But yeah, this is definitely not going to be the final thumbnail background, because that's just crazy looking. Some crazy looking stuff there. Alright, so let's hop back over to the background. Let's just take a look here. I think there's some different effects. Let's save this real quick before we do anything. Linear. Let's try like spherical. Yeah, see, there's other stuff we can do. Radial. That's a weird one. Easing. All kinds of stuff we can do. We want the colors to kind of go together a little bit. Maybe we don't want them so different. Like, what was the other one that I had before? Linear? Linear. No, it's too linear. Easing. Maybe even do like a gray. Maybe try doing those kind of tones next. White. like a gray into a good color to go into gray with. I don't know. Oh shit, we changed the wrong thing. Gray into a blue. Not too bad. Oh, let's just render it. I want a little bit more gray, maybe blue more towards the bottom. Move it like this. Rotate it a bit more. Let's hit that up, see what that sucker looks like. Doesn't look good there, I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that much. But maybe in the final composite it'll look good. And we can always do some post effects to it too to make it look decent. Yeah, I'm about throwing in the towel on this one because I'm at a creative standstill. So sometimes you just get in these funks and you're just like, you know what? We did enough. We did the thing. We made some stuff. It is getting a bit late. Gotta get up early. I wouldn't mind shooting some people in the face though. Maybe do a quick round of something. Yeah, we'll end the night with at least one round of shooting things. Whether that be Call of Duty Warzone, Valorant Spike Rush, or a round of Overwatch. Anyone in chat wants any of those three, just type it in there and we'll play it. I'm probably leaning towards Warzone myself. Yeah, you know. Oh, that's right. We're going to try the text. Shift A. Text. GX. GY. Caps. Web socket. Oh, come on. Web SOCK. Web socket. X. Gallet. Gallet. GZ. Alright, let's go to geometry, give the sucker a little extrude. Not that much. Give it some bevelly goodness. First, let's give it a material. New material. Text. Material, not spelt right. That's okay. We don't care about spelling here on the SteveXM show. Spelling is overrated, guys. Overrated. Why did my thing go away? Alright, so we have to change the color a little bit, so just read it. I really like orange. I wish I could find a way to do like an orangish logo thing. Okay. Let's put a little bevel on the sucker. Put the detail up. And I think that looked pretty good. I don't like how the T's over there like that though. Mucking up the works. Let's go to our camera view. Let's get that lettering. See how that looks. The little text in there to flavor it up. I might need text down there anyways. I put text on my thumbnails a lot. I go back and look at some of my old thumbnails, it's like a paragraph. I guess that's like a big no-no. Thumbnails. Let's see how many words I fit into a thumbnail at some point. Let's see. Hey, look at this. 30-minute, 30-day VR workout challenge. Oh, look at this. This is sweet. I did that for 2 hours once? I gotta get back to this. Disarming bombs in tilt brush. That's my dog Rogan. That was fun. I think it didn't last too long though. Oh. Yeah, there's a lot of text in some of these things. Yep, voice attack programming challenge. Calculator. Try to make our calculator and voice attack. Because, I mean, this is when I'm newer to YouTube. Because people they actually read the title. You don't need the title to be on the thumbnail. That's something that I'm still struggling with breaking the habit of. Yeah, there's something to be said, I guess, about non-3D text. Maybe that's, you know... Maybe the 3D text is just a bit much. I don't know. This looks kind of cool. The background looks weird, and I don't really like the text either. We got to do some stuff with that, but we're going to end it here with this OBS tutorial stuff. We are going to play a round of something. Shoot someone in the face. Okay, let's close out of this. Oh yeah, I haven't played Warzone in a long time. Downloaded the update. I really liked this game when it first came out. The only reason I stopped playing was because something else came out. That's pretty much the story of my life. And then I forgot about it. It's one of the issues of having 4 different places where you can launch games from. You got the Epic Store, the Steam Store, I got the Oculus Store. What is this? Yeah, don't worry about that. This is recommended. We'll change the system, but now you're gonna... Oh, sure, yeah, go ahead. Changing my settings. But yeah, you're on all these different stores. You forget to check them all. Forget what games you used to play. So freaking loud. Installing shaders. How long is that going to take? We can update our title, I think, in Twitch here by doing like... Used to be a way to do it. Game Call of Duty. I wonder if that does anything. Stream game has been updated to Call of Duty. Huh. Probably not going to work. Probably like the original Call of Duty. Oh well, I'll be the only one streaming it. Probably get better views on that than trying to stream the actual Warzone thing. Update requires restart. Come on now. So yeah, I'll probably just play one round of this, to be honest. And die right away. I used to have a whole scene for this too. I might lose my microphone here. We'll check it out real quick. Watch this. It's all Blender stuff. Doesn't look that good. It's funny, everything on that table in the background is made in Blender. I didn't make it, I just imported it. It doesn't really look good. Unless you're actually moving around with a 3D camera. It looks photorealistic, but... let's go back to the other one. Where was that? Come on, baby. I want to shoot some people. I want to get a win. I don't think I've gotten a win in this game yet. Checking for updates.
Verdansk was ground zero in the Cold War. A city of tunnels, gulags, bunkers, and weapons of mass destruction. This is Viktor Zakhaev. His father was a Soviet-era hero who wanted a world war he never could.
Can I skip this, please?
So Viktor found a willing partner to fulfill his father's
Storyline for a Battle Royale game? Come on now.
had an axe to grind against the superpowers. He was free, armed, and turned loose.
I actually forget that there's an actual like multiplayer for this game other than the Battle Royale, that's all I care about, is Battle Royale.
So distrust and divide.
Stupid, I can't skip this.
We turned our guns back on each other. Just
Any of the
like
game's loading.
Intel says there's still a hidden world here and plans to use it. It's a bloody powder keg. The Zakaians already lit the fuse.
Let's get it done. Yeah.
Bravo 6. Going down.
Alright. Yeah, good. Good cinematics there. Looks good. Okay. Play, baby. I don't like how it says installing shaders. Better hurry up. Alright, we'll let that load for a second. We'll take a look here at my loadout. Edit the loadout. Cold-blooded ghost tracker. I'm sure all this stuff's still good. Installing progress while you browse the menus if you're not in the lobby or party. Well, it's not doing anything. Got the new internet now. Alright, we're just gonna play. That doesn't screw us over too much. Battle Royale, let's play solos, baby. Where is that at? I haven't played this since they added solos. Here we go. Solos, installing shaders. Come on, you're not doing nothing. Pause installation. I don't care about the shaders. We don't need those. Might cause performance issues during gameplay. Whatevs. We're only playing a round or two anyways. Testing, testing. Welcome to Warzone. Have fun and stay frosty. Yeah, the chat finally works perfectly too. Before the texts weren't fitting right and it wasn't updating properly. Got all them issues ironed out. So yeah, now I can use that method for the chat above. I can just make a custom chat box for any game I want. And we can pop in and out mid-session. No need to switch to another scene for talk. Whoa, that. No need to switch to a different scene for talking to people. Here in the chat, we can just pop it up there. Yeah, I've really tried to stay away from multiple scenes now in OBS. Otherwise, it's gonna make us crash. Why is, yeah, this is running really bad. Maybe it's the shader thing they warned me about. Probably the shader thing. Oh yeah, I can't even play this. Oh boy. My mouse doesn't even move. Maybe it'll smooth out when we get in the game, I hope. I don't know. Good boy. What are my settings at anyways? It's just they switched some stuff on me. Graphics. Refresh rate, boom. Good. Field of view is jacked all the way up. Bobby's taking a while to fill.
Warm-up's done. Time to kick this off.
Here we go. Trying to get a win. $30 FPS. Maybe I should have got those shader packs. Might play this tomorrow. Maybe I'll just let the shader packs install.
Battle Royale. Avoid the gas. Get to the
Seems
safe
to have
zone.
smoothed out. You know, I've never gone to that prison thing over there. Let's see if we can get over there. Let's check that out. That's what it's called, prison, okay. See if we can make it that far, I don't know. Yeah, I forgot about this game, how you start out with the pistol. I really like that. Definitely not gonna make it. Part of me kind of likes that they have that text that's floating there, and then part of me is kind of just like that's sort of like really immersive breaking there. Is there anyone else coming over here with me? Yep. Use free look. Oh yeah, we got this whole place to ourselves, baby. Kind of, I think.
Targets
Oh,
are
yeah.
up. Get to work. Enemy
The whole
soldier
dang
incoming.
building. Soldier incoming, why'd it say that? Oh, he's getting respawned, maybe? Never been here yet. First impressions of the prison. Much here yet. I got the stealth ability, that's pretty cool. You can apply armor. How do I do that again? Hit the wrong button. Oh, it's 4. Ooh, what's this? Here's someone? I'm scared. Freaking grenade launcher. Probably here alone, right? Probably. Oh, silent sniper, hallelujah. Check that out.
Closing in.
Another circle. There's so much loot here, holy crap. There's a buy station here too. Oh, this is like the gulag area here. It's pretty cool. I don't know how to get out of here. That's the only issue. Get out of here. Alright, we did our thing. Got plenty of loot. I should go find one of them buy crates. Here. Hope we run faster with... Still in this game? Knife?
Vendor here if you need equipment.
That ping system works pretty good. Happy they added a solo mode though, that's great. Folks like me don't get along with anyone, just play all my lonesome. I like doing duos with people or even squads if you got a bunch of guys, but it's just definitely easier to manage yourself sometimes. How much money do I got? A lot. What to buy? That buy station. What do you want? Self-revive kit. We want that. Load out box. You don't have enough of that now, great. Might as well buy something else then. Cluster strike. Airstrike. We got a UAV. Oh, I can't use these trucks, damn. Thought I could use these.
Light vehicle here.
Go ahead and use a UAV just to make sure that we're safe here. Worth a shot. I'm gonna see how my game looks on screen there. It looks weird. Use the UAV, screw it.
Request recon flyover.
We're here.
UAV entering the AO.
People nearby, holy crap. Break up here. Gonna come down? At the high ground.
Be advised, UAV is bingo fuel. RTB for resupply. Loadout drop headed your way.
Oh yeah, get it. That's funny, I don't even really want what's in there.
Got gas inbound.
You want the
Safe zone
perks, though.
relocated.
Main thing. The perks. That's not bad. We have ghosts now, it's good. Don't show up on them pesky radars no more. Not sure what any of my abilities are, to be honest. Need you. You. I gotta remap my buttons, that's what it is.
Got gas moving in.
Anyone? Well, just dropped into my left over there. Good. Try to get into the center of the zone a little bit more, maybe. Oh, why is it steering with the mouse? What is going on? Holy crap, they changed. What do they do to the driving on this? Oh, and you're boosting now, you can't steer. Jailbreak in a minute. I don't even know what that means. Let's just hope no one's up here. Playing for survival right now. I don't even know how to get my equipment out. E, F, B, B. Can't even get to my equipment. Oh, middle mouse? We got middle mouse and then U. That too. Oh, do we need that? Oh, whatever. Got it. $37 people left. Here we go. Oh, look at that. Got someone up here. Just below me. There's someone up here. Tall building. It's gotta be quick, guys.
Got gas inbound. Safe zone relocated.
I definitely looted that stuff. Here. Let's see through this window. Ah, what a jerk. I guess that's how you play the game, you know, you just wait on top of a building and aim at the door. I don't think I had any tactical abilities or anything I could use. Oh, we still got the gulag.
Win here and you return
about
to
the
the front
gulag,
line.
eh?
You lose, your fight is over. You're up, soldier. Now go sort this fucker out.
Ah,
Fuck. You're heading back
suck
to
at this game.
It's not
Alright, guys.
Still by your
I made it kind of far. It sucked, though. That's the thing about these Battle Royale games, too, though. You know, you play for 30 minutes, shoot one person, die. I Battle Royaled out. One game. Should have played Overwatch instead. Damn. Oh well. Alright, guys. I'll catch you tomorrow at some point on the SteveXM show. I'm gonna be playing some Breath of the Wild, maybe? Breath of the Wild. And some other games as well. So maybe we'll do some more Blender stuff. Probably take a break from the Blender, though. Probably do some more of that offline if I do any. Yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Peace out, y'all.